Bonjour, hi, my loves. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're doing fine. So, if you're watching the video format of this podcast, you can see that I'm not in my usual settings. It's because I'm sitting on my bed. Why I'm not sitting on my chair and be on my desk? It's because my back hurts. Why does my back hurt? Because I'm fucking sick and tired of carrying. I'm so fucking hot. I'm funny. I'm smart. And I'm successful with my 38 followers on YouTube. Like, it's hurting. The bitch needs to rest sometimes. And yes, it's been a month. The whole month of March, I haven't posted a podcast episode. Honestly, I think I did you a favor because nothing happened into my life other than depression, sadness, and homeworks. Like, nothing else. Actually, I have a story time for you, but I will not be talking about it in this episode because I can get in trouble. You don't want your bitch to get in trouble. Am I right? Am I right, girls? Yeah. But so in the future I will tell you the story time about, let's call her Melissa. I feel like this character in my life is channeling Melissa energy. So that will be her fake name. So in the future, and when I say in the future, probably like in a month, when I will be sick and tired of everyone's bullshit, I will spill the tea on Melissa. So be ready. So in today's episode, I miss you guys, by the way, a lot. And it's kind of weird filming because even though it's only been a month, because in February I was super like active and consistent, I don't know, I feel weird. I'm like, am I funny? Maybe not, but you love me, right? But in today's episode, I decided to do a whole deep dive of my favorite and my most hated book tropes because yes, your girl loves to read. Not gonna lie, it's been a while since the last time. Actually, no, it's not true. Last time I read a book, it was 2 months ago. But it's been a while since I've read a book that I loved. Because the book that I read was horrible. Whatever, that's not the purpose of this episode. I will be telling you everything that I love about certain tropes, everything that I hate about the others, and the ones that I don't have necessarily a specific opinion. Like, I don't know yet. I haven't read enough of that trope to know if I love it or hate it. So, you know what? We're gonna start with the one that I love. It's embarrassing to say out loud. I hope my brother is sleeping. My favorite. It's not my favorite out of the favorites, out of the one that I love, but it's like, honestly, top 5. The spy trope. Yes, you heard me correctly. The spy trope, when one of the two main characters is like a spy and needs to spy on the other one for like, I don't know what reason. I eat that shit up every single time. Take my money, take my time. I don't care about school. I can read about that trope for the rest of my life. And the emergence. The emergence? No, that's not a word. The moment that I started to love this trope was, I hope not no hot guys is listening to that episode at least. Well, don't listen to my podcast if you're hot, but like, if you're a hot guy, because whatever. I started to love the spy trope from Wattpad because Wattpad cooked. They cooked the spy trope. Like, it was so good. So fucking good. And like, when the main girl is a spy and her bestie is a spy too, and like, they infiltrate like a high school, and it's perfect. Has my heart. Other trope that I love, and it's super embarrassing, like, I don't even want to look you guys in the eyes because I'm ashamed. And I say it quickly because I'm ashamed, but the vampire trope, it's perfect. Like, Twilight, Vampire Diaries, I eat that shit up. Again, take my money, take my time, take everything that you want. Like, I'm super embarrassed. little anecdote to show you how much I love the vampire trope in books, even in movies, of course, but like in books too. I was so obsessed in middle school with Twilight and stuff that I even read the whole 4 books, the whole Twilight series, the book series. I read it. What? Why did I? Huh? I was 12 and I read all of these books. Like, and they were like big books. Like, I don't know where did I find the time, but I did because obsessed. I don't know. It's so, and also like what I love about the vampire trope, and I'm ashamed. Little, you know what? Let's pause. I want to do a little, not warning. Little, what's the word? I guess a warning. If you're a hot guy watching this and you want to seduce me, do not, absolutely do not do and say what these men in these books are saying and doing, because if you're doing this in real life, I will call the police. Like, no fucking way. I read them, it's fun, it's cute, it's romantic in the books, but in real life, I will be calling the police. Please don't. The warning is over. What I love about the vampire trope is like the like main guy is always like mysterious and like Edward Cullen-esque and like, oh, he's so bad, but like he has a light in him and he's doing dark shit. Oh my god, I'm so embarrassed. And I remember like in middle school I would always, when I finished the Twilight series, I like started another one and it was so fucking good, and I would stay up like late at night to just read it. It was wow, everything. Another trope that I absolutely love, it's it's so cringe. The bad boy and the good girl trope. Oh my god. It's everything. It's cringy, but it's everything. Did I wish that this happened to me in high school? Yeah, but there weren't any bad boys in my school. There were only shitty ones. Like, you know, bully type of guys, like you're a loser. But they weren't like bad boy, like hot and mysterious. Too bad. And I love, also, I forgot to mention it, but I love the grumpy ex-sunshine trope. It's perfect. It's like when the guy is like mean and horrible towards everyone but her. I will need to be calling the firefighters because the girl is getting too hot. Like, again, if you're a hot man watching this, do not tell me that in real life because horrible. But like, I love this trope because I'm like, oh my god, like, I can change him. Like, I'm so embarrassed. Oh my god. It's just the perfect trope. Yes, you already know they're gonna end up together. But I'm here for the build-up. I'm here for the storytelling. I'm here for the character developments. Even though the stories at the end of the day all end up in the same way, I'm still read it. It's like these men watching like hockey games. A team will win. One of them will win. It's inevitable. That's the whole purpose of the game. Sometimes your favorite team wins, sometimes your favorite team loses. Still the same outcome, but you still continue to support this team, your favorite team, and watch these games. Same reason for me. So do not judge me. But yeah, I love the bad boy, good girl trope and like grumpy ex-sunshine. And talking about the bad boy, good girl trope, I've never read a trope that's like mean girl and good boy, nerdy boy trope. I've never read one. So if you're listening to this podcast, please, if you're one of my friends, DM me or comment if you don't know me, like a trope that's like, for once, it's the opposite, like it's the mean girl and the nerdy boy. Like, no matter the amount, I will buy it, or I will find it illegally on the website because your girl doesn't have a job. That thing didn't change in the month that I didn't film Hope it changed, but it didn't. But yeah, but I know that I will love it. Like, imagine, like, it's so cringy, but like being so mean and the guy still loves you. Incredible. Another trope that I love, it's such a cliche. Everything is a cliche, but I just love it. It's the new boy in town trope. It's, of course, like, the new boy in town is always super hot and mysterious and has a dark past, and that's why it led him to this new town, and he doesn't care about all of these beautiful other girls like running after him. He only focuses his attention to this random nerdy quirky girl because she's different. She's not like all of these girls, and she shows him like all of her favorite spots in this new town, and they inevitably they eventually kiss on the beach during the night, and then the other day he like ignores her because in his POV like it's complicated and he doesn't want to like her to get like in danger because he's like dangerous. But in her POV she thinks like that he just used her for her body and like treated her like trash, and like it didn't mean anything to him, and she just feels sad and dumb and sorrowed. I just described half of the book talk, but I still eat that shit up every single time. So new boy in town, love it. Also because I wish it could be my case, because my neighborhood, well, my town, they're like majority senior people or like little children, and there's no guy in his 20s, unfortunately. Hot guys in his 20s, like, can you be my neighbor? I was about to say I'll pay your mortgage, but girls doesn't have a job. So I'm born to be a lover girl, but I'm forced to be the sideline character who's like just here for the comedic relief. I saw TikTok saying that word for word, and I was like that hurt my chest. Another show that I love, and my friend Chloe, who's obsessed with books, it's not her favorite, which I'm like, how can it be possible? But I understand why it's not for everyone, I guess. But it's the like rival trope, like the academia trope, the work trope. I eat that shit up every time. Because I don't know for you guys, but for the few jobs that I had in the past, the 4 different jobs that I had, no hot guys. What do you mean? What do you actually mean? So thinking that there could be a hot guy in my job environment, that's surreal. I honestly would much more rather that than having like 2 weeks off in a year. What? Like I said, I'm born to be a lover girl. But like, I eat that shit up every time. And if you're like an anime girl, I absolutely love. I used to watch this, well, I watched this anime when I was growing up, and I rewatched it a couple months ago, and it still fucking slaps. It's called Special A. It's so fucking good. And it's exactly like the academia rivals trope. Wow. Not gonna lie, I tried to force this trope in real life. I don't know if I want to like get more into it, but long story short, I was in college, first year in college. It was in my math class, and there was like this beautiful brown hair, brown eyes, curly hair boy, and I was like, oh my god, he's so cute. And then I learned that he was smart, and from the start, I love maths, but let me tell you that I loved it extra more during this semester because there was this guy, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna try to be super smart in this class and understand everything so I could like impress him. He never talked to me, so I was like, you know what? You're gonna force it. You are the man. What? You know what? A man making the first moves? it could be a woman too. So I did, trying to be subtle. I was like asking him like questions about like the homeworks, trying to act dumb as if I didn't already know the answers. So I could like ask him these questions and then talk about life and stuff. Long story short, it definitely didn't work. But it's okay. It happens. He was actually super sweet about it. We still love him. And when I say that, every time I see him in public, I run the opposite way. Because I'm just so embarrassed. Like, what am I supposed to do? Say? Smile? Like, no. I still have an ego. Sorry. You rejected me. And now that I'm famous with like 38 followers, you want me back? Oh my god. Not me saying that I don't want to talk about it, and I fully talked about it. Love that. And the last show that I eat that shit up, weird hand move, every single time is the celebrity rich trope. When one of them is celebrity or just rich and the other one is poor. Why do I love it so much? Because I wish it could happen to me. Come on, like, imagine. Honestly, I'm not against marrying rich. Who is, actually? Never met someone who said it out loud that they're against marrying rich. That's actually my life goal. Rich, hot, and genuinely kind and funny. That's my perfectman.com. Like, I want you. So when I read that, I'm like, it just feeds into my delusion that it will happen to me one day. Yeah? Yeah, it will. If I trust that it will happen, then it has to happen. Right? Because I believe in it so much. Or is it called delusion? Not gonna lie, every time that I film a new podcast episode, I see myself getting more and more entered into a mental institution. Or get behind bars. Like, whatever. So now, let's start in the tropes that I don't love them enough to be like, I write for you, but I don't hate them enough to be like, I'll never read a book on that trope. So the marriage of convenience trope is a trope that I've actually never read, but I feel like it's just not appealing enough for me. Like, forcing me to be in a marriage, maybe it's because I have like such a view of love that it's like, you fell in love with a person and you like share the same values and it's a healthy relationship and you get married. Usually in the marriage of convenience, it's like, oh, it's because like the mafia boy, like, I don't fucking know. I don't know enough about this show, but like usually it's like when two rich families like they're like, okay, we will get richer if my son and your daughter get like together, whatever, like this type of trope. And I'm like, ugh. But I say that, but I've actually loved the spin-off of Bridgerton, Queen Charlotte, which was a marriage of convenience. I love that spin-off so much. King George. I could die for this man. Not for King George, the actor. I think that was pretty obvious that I was talking about the actor. Who knows? But by the way, if you're hearing weird sounds, it's because I'm moving and my bed is making sounds, okay? Then the other trope that I love, but it actually has to be written well and correctly for me to absolutely love it, because it could easily turn into cringe. And this is enemies to lovers. I love it when the author makes me really believe that these two characters hate the shit out of each other. It's like they could want the other one dead, you know? I don't like it when like you're in the POV of like the character and it's like, oh, I fucking hate them. And when you get into the other one's POV, it's like, oh, but I love the other one, but like, no. Both of them has to hate each other. They have to want the other one for me to absolutely love this trope and to believe in this trope and to believe in its existence. And because if it's done well, it makes them, when they become lovers, even more like, oh, I love it so much. Same thing happens with the trope that it's fake dating trope. The author has to give a really fucking good damn reason on why these two are fake dating. Because if it's like a stupid reason, like, I want to make my ex jealous, like, boring! Like, I don't care about that. But if it's like more deep and more important and it's necessary for the story and for the build up, like, I eat that shit up. So that's why it's in the middle. Same thing. Well, it's not the same thing. Now let's go to the bet trope. You know, when like usually it's like the girl falling in love with the guy, but turns out the guy like had a bet with his friends that were like, oh, I bet you cannot get this girl in like less than 2 weeks, and the guy's like, huh, bet, and he does, and then the girl finds out and she's like, oh, sad, and blah blah blah. Why do I not like this trope? Well, I love it, but I don't hate it. I love it, but I don't love it that much. But I hate it sometimes. It's because it's a type of trope that's, it's hard to get creative. It's hard that the storyline isn't about what I just told you. Someone giving the bet to the main character. Like, and it's hard to get creative, and it's hard to not be redundant. Like, I cannot read in the span of 3 months 3 different books about the bet trope, because you don't have that much to say compared to the other tropes where there's so many ways to make the story different from one another. The bet trope, it's not. And finally, for the trope that I don't love, but I don't hate, it's the love triangle trope. So my thing is, sometimes I could eat that shit up about the love triangle trope, only if the main character is really hesitant about the 2 other main characters. Like, for example, Twilight. When I read the book and when I watched the movies, you can understand that Bella never really fully, equally hesitated towards Jacob. Like, Jacob, it was mostly Edward, like 75%, and then the other 25% Jacob. It was never a 50-50 thing. And that's why, in my opinion, it's a type of trope that I don't fully love. But it's still Twilight, so it's still iconic and I still love it. But if it was about like another movie that isn't Twilight, it could easily be a trope that I'm not really that addicted to. Because I need to fully believe that the character is like hesitant and that there's really not a clear answer in their head and in their heart, because they love both of the other people equally, not equally, but for different reasons. That's when I eat that shit up. Finally, the last segment of this episode, the book tropes that I absolutely fucking hate. Number 1, and that's not the number, like, that's in order for this one, just for this trope. I absolutely hate the pregnancy trope. I said it. And when I say pregnancy trope, I don't mean like when all the story, it's like, oh, it's complicated, they love each other, it's complicated, they love each other, and in the end, everything is all beautiful and they have kids and blah blah blah. I don't mean that. I mean when in the fucking middle of the book, the girl is getting pregnant. Hate that. I hate that. For me, it ruins everything. I don't know why, but it does. I remember in the beginning of this year, I was like, you know what? I have this book just in my room, sitting here and getting dust. Like, I'm gonna read it. And I was reading it. I was really enjoying it. And every time that I would see Chloe, I would like tell her about this book and what was happening. And one time she was like, imagine it's a pregnancy trope. And I was like, no, it won't be. Yes, it was. Yes, it fucking was a pregnancy trope, and I absolutely hated every single second of it. Maybe the reason why I hate it is because in the like when it's happening, when the girl finds out that she's pregnant in the middle of the book, usually it's like all that she cares about is, oh, do I keep the baby? Should I sell the guy? I don't know what to do. Should I tell my parents? Should I finish school? No. Usually it's always like that, and I'm like, I don't fucking care about the baby. I care about the romance. I care about if you end up with the guy or not. And in my fucking book, she didn't. She fucking didn't end up with a guy, and I was like, oh, that for nothing? Like, you made me read a pregnancy book and you don't even end up with a bad guy? Horrible. Hate this trope. I hate this trope so fucking much. Like, I dare you to tell me a book that's so fucking good and that has a pregnancy trope that myself, will make me love it. I dare you to comment a book name that's that. Other one that I hate, but I don't actually read any book that has this trope. It's the family trope. I don't know. It doesn't sound appealing to me. It's like, it's kind of weird. It's kind of like almost incestual in my head. It's like, what do you mean? Like, I don't know. It's weird. It's just weird. No more details. The other trope that I hate, it's maybe me being too woke, way too much in the woke culture, but the power dynamic trope, I absolutely hate that. Which is kind of ironic because I said one of the tropes that I love is the rich and poor trope. I'm kind of being, I'm contradicting myself right now, but when is the power dynamic more about like the age difference? I hate that. Power dynamic trope, not my cup of tea. Like, it just makes me uncomfortable. Like, I remember Chloe told me that she was reading a book and then the girl, she was like 19 and the guy was like 43 and he was like the father of her ex-boyfriend. So disgusting. Like, that makes me so uncomfortable. Another trope that I don't really like, which is kind of weird because I feel like it's the type of trope that I should be loving, but I just don't. It's the best friend's brother trope. I don't know why. It's maybe because I have like a younger brother who's like maybe 20. Is he 20? I don't know. And I'm 22. Like, I see his friends as like little kids. So like imagine this trope happening to me in real life is like, ugh. So maybe that's why. But I just feel like it's so, and also what I don't like about this trope, it's like you're betraying the brother in the story. Like, I don't know, it's just so weird. Like, if a friend did that to me, if one of my friends dated my brother and I don't know about it, you're not my friend and he's not my brother anymore. Maybe I'm being dramatic, but like, just tell me. And I'm aware that I think that most of the books under this trope are like, usually the brother doesn't know. But like, if he does know, if he knows, like, maybe it's less weird in my opinion, but like, I don't know, this trope, not my cup of tea. But I'm open. It's one of the few, not to say it's the only trope that I'm open to like read a book under this trope because I've never gave it a chance. So maybe that's the reason why. And the last trope that I absolutely hate. It sounds horrible, but it's the amnesia trope. Like, when the significant other gets into a coma and like, or like just gets amnesic, like, that's so boring to me. Like, with Peace and Love, it's like I'm reading it, I already read that. It's like I already like know these characters and stuff, and I'm introduced again. What the hell? Like, I don't know, and even in the movies, it's not even, I don't even really love it. I'm like, remember me, bitch? Like, I thought I was unforgettable. Like, the fuck? I sound so sensitive, but I'm not. Like, what do you, like, I don't know. There's something about it that's like boring to me. I'm like, boring! It just is. But, talking about Amnesia by 5 Seconds of Summer slaps so much. Like, I remember when I was in middle school saying that song with my chest about a boy that doesn't know my name. I wish that I could have amnesia. Something like that. Slaps 8. Whatever. All of the above. But the amnesia trope? Nah, I don't love it. And it's the word amnesia. It's like almost the word anemic. I'm kind of scared to be anemic, honestly. Like, apparently, if you're apparently, if you're North African, which I am, I'm from Morocco, you have higher chances to be anemic. So, like, I guess I should eat more iron. Where do you find iron? Is it like in chicken and stuff? Wait, let me Google that. Iron, where to find in food. Maybe that's why I don't like the amnesia trope, because it sounds like anemic. Nuts and seed, dried fruit, whole meal pasta, legumes, tofu. Oh, okay, not that bad. I eat all of these. Let's see in the future. If your girl gets anemic. What the fuck? Oh my god. What the hell was that? Sorry, guys. Did I miss any trope? Wait, let me Google it. So I just verified, and there's like some little tropes here and there, but I don't care. Not that I don't care about them, but I haven't read books about these tropes, so I cannot really fully give my opinions, even though I had a section in my little paper that has books that I haven't read about enough to give my opinion. So I'm, again, contradicting myself. But I hope that you appreciated this little book trope episode. It was super fun for me to film. I hope, Chloe, that you appreciated this. Oh my god, my hair. That you appreciated this episode. I'm kind of nervous for your reaction. Honestly, be honest. Like, just be honest. And the worst that could happen is me deleting this video and doing it again. But on that note, I love you. Take care. I love you. Sleep well. Au revoir.